There was a time where I was not the biggest fan of salads, but at the time I really was just taking some romaine lettuce, carrots, croutons, and store-bought dressing and calling it a day. Then the day came where I really needed to put more effort into the health of my diet. But I also knew that if it didn't taste like something that I wanted to eat again and again, I basically was going to be wasting my time. So when I followed the Plant Paradox Gut Health Program, which I've talked about in a couple of my older videos, part of what I took away from it was that I needed to start experimenting with more diverse vegetables. And so I went into research mode. I wanted to know how I could make the perfect salad with vegetables that caused less inflammation in my body. I also wanted to find a way I could eat salads often without it tasting like I was eating the same meal. In that search, I found tons of valuable resources and recipes, but this by far is one of my favorites. It's a Thai-inspired crunchy salad that I top with wild-caught salmon, and it tastes amazing. You have definitely got to try it for yourself. Let's talk substitutions first, because I'm all for a recipe that you can make flexible to your own needs. Starting with bell pepper. If you're going to use bell pepper, I recommend peeling it as much as you can first, because it's one of those vegetables where the seeds and the skin can be kind of inflammatory. I use bell peppers because I personally prefer them, but if you want to skip them altogether, you can replace them with radishes. Up next is my replacement for cucumber, and that is jicama. It can be a little hard to find, but it is so worth it when you do. I've been able to find it at Fresh Thyme and at Trader Joe's, and it adds an extra crunch to your salad without adding too much extra flavor. And in every great salad, you need a high flavor vegetable, and in this one I used shallots, but you can also use red onion as a replacement. And one ingredient not shown here, but one I highly recommend as a topping, is a handful of cilantro. It just adds an extra dimension of flavor that makes this salad even better. And then you can top with any protein of your choice. I typically use wild-caught salmon because I think it tastes the best with this combination of vegetables. And then you can sprinkle some pistachios on top instead of peanuts, and it just takes the flavor up to a whole nother level. A downside of this journey, though, was learning how many oils are actually highly inflammatory to our body. And knowing that most store-bought salad dressings have vegetable oil, canola oil, or soybean oil kind of puts a damper on my salads. And so even though it's like 30 seconds more work, I do make most of my salad dressings homemade these days. And honestly, it really does taste better. So it's really just another added benefit. You're getting a salad that tastes good and it's healthy down to the dressing. Especially because if you want to add more sweetness to your dressing, you can adjust the sweetness levels and the sugar levels to your own liking. Like for example, if I want a sweeter dressing, I know I can just add monk fruit to it instead of settling for the sweet dressings in the store that probably have a lot of random added sugars. But it is a pretty quick recipe. And so it's been one that's a staple in my arsenal of recipes for a while now. But trying all these different salad recipes has definitely changed the way I look at vegetables. Let me know if you feel the same way, like if there were some vegetables before that you would have never touched with a 10-foot pole that now you eat all the time. I'd love to know your experience. But until then, I'm sending love and healing your way, and I will see you next time. Bye.